And good afternoon, everyone, here live from the Boshemer Gymnasium at Brevard College here on campus at Brevard, located in the mountains of western North Carolina, here for a women's basketball afternoon showdown between the William Peace Pacers and the Brevard College Tornadoes. Nados sitting atop the USA South early on, 6-3, 3-0 in the conference, and really a great start of the season for Coach Donald Hudson and his crew. William Peace, not as good of a start, sitting at 1-3. And here, of course, in the final game of action for either Tornado team as we approach Christmas break, we will be back into the action here in a couple weeks after Christmas. And the Nados will look to get a final win here before break to continue the momentum and get to 7-3 through their first 10. And hold tight, folks. We'll be right back here in just a second. Take a look at the starting lineups, take a look at the all-time series, and how both of these teams have gotten to this point so far in the 2022-2023 campaigns. I'm Brady Penn, and I will be right back with all that and more here live from the Bosch here in just a minute. Back here live from the Bosch here. NATO's getting the final of their warm-ups in, about 11 and a half minutes away from tip-off from starting lineups. And speaking of starting lineups, go ahead and bring those straight to you here. Starting off with William Peace. For William Peace, Brenia Day, the freshman guard, number 058 out of Durham, North Carolina, the JK Academy of Homeschooling. Number 2, Mila Barnes, a senior guard, 5'5", number 2 out of Dayton, Ohio, Trotwood Madison High School. The third of the 5, number 11, Alicia All, the freshman guard, 5'6", out of Cary, North Carolina, Panther Creek High School. Number 20, Hannah Lewis, normally number 14, will be wearing number 20 today. Number 20, Hannah Lewis, freshman power forward, 6 foot out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, 71st High School. And rounding out the 5, number 15, Nineveh Reddick, a senior guard, 5'8", out of Greenville, North Carolina, Elizabeth State University. A bit of a shorthanded roster, only 10 players on the roster for William Peace listed here in the media guide. And with that being said, let's get over to the Tornado starters. Number 3, Journey Tyler, senior guard, 5'6", out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Knox West High School, transfer over from UT Chattanooga. Number 5, Lexi Shepard, sophomore guard, 5'2", out of Summerville, South Carolina, Summerville High School. Number 10, the freshman phenom, Olivia Miller, freshman forward, 5'10", out of Hudson, North Carolina, South Caldwell High School. Number 23, Callie Wells, a junior guard, 5'6", out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, Fort Mill High School. And rounding out the 5, the leader and maybe the heart and soul of this Brevard women's team, number 24, McKenna Parkins, junior forward, 5'11", out of Marion, North Carolina, McDowell High School. The dual sport athlete, of course, also a member of the Brevard College volleyball team here. Parkins, once again, one of the leaders on the team, taking a look at some of the leading scorers for the Tornadoes. McKenna leading the team with 14.2 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, painfully close to averaging a double-double on the campaign, and 1.2 steals per game. There are multiple Tornadoes averaging over a steal a game, multiple Tornadoes averaging multiple steals per game, and one of them is Olivia Miller, 13.7 points per game, right behind McKenna, 6.3 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists dished out per game, and 2.6 steals per game. So nearly 3 picked pockets per contest for the freshman Miller. And then Callie Wells averaging 10 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game, and 2 steals per game. For William Peace, Pam Mock not in the starting lineup today. The leading scorer for William Peace, 20.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. Reddick, Nineveh Reddick, averaging 11.3 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game. And then Alicia All, who is in the starting lineup along with Reddick, averaging 9 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and just over 2 assists a game at 2.25. For the NATOs, 6-3 overall, 3-0 in the conference, first in the USA South, and more on that record here in just a moment. And the NATOs are one of 3 undefeated teams in the USA South, alongside Greensboro College and Mary Baldwin. They're 2-0 at the Bosch. They're 4-1 on the road. So NATOs have been really strong on both fronts. Two of the losses came at a neutral site early on in the season, but 4-1 on the road, 2-0 at home, looking to keep that undefeated record at the Bosch. And the last game for the NATOs was a 79-53 W at Bob Jones. And as for the all-time series, 2-0 all-time in the NCAA era against William Peace. One of those matchups was January 7th, 2018, a 95-62 win in Coach Hudson's second season with the Tornadoes. And in his third season with the Tornadoes, January 28th, 2019, it was a 64-62 win over the Pacers. So 2-0 all-time against William Peace for the Brevard College women's basketball team, looking to make that 3-0. And for William Peace, they start off the season 1-3, 0-1 in the conference. They're one of 2 teams that have only played one conference game, Mary Baldwin being the other. And that conference game was a blowout loss in their last contest, an 80-48 loss against Southern Virginia. And as it stands, it is a 3-game losing streak for the Pacers, who won their first ball game of the season and have dropped 3 straight now. They are led by head coach Marquetta Dickens in year 3, assistant coaches Wendell Holmes in his second year, and Janelle Baxter in year 1. And for Brevard, of course, once again led by Coach Donald Hudson, 7th season at the helm for him. Assistant coach Annalie Bollinger in her 2nd season, and volunteer assistant coach is alumni and Tornado legend Destiny Williams in her 1st season on the staff of Coach Hudson. And if the NATOs do get a win today, it will be the best 10-game start for Coach Hudson in his tenure. He started 6-4 twice in the 2018-19 season and last season, the 21-22 season. Both of those were 6-4 starts. The NATOs sit at 6-3, and a win today, of course, would vault them to 7-3, which would be a record mark through 10 for Coach Hudson and his Tornado teams. About 6 minutes away from starting lineups. We will have those and the national anthem. Starting lineups will be announced by PA announcer Ray Gill down at the scorer's table. Well, we've had a look at the starting lineups. We've had a look at the all-time matchup, and we've talked a little bit about the beginning of the campaign for both of these squads. A few minutes away from basketball. Once again, in just a moment, we'll be bringing you the starting lineups from the PA and the national anthem, and it'll be time for basketball, Pacers and Tornadoes. Coming up here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Back here at the Bosch, about 2.5 minutes away from the starting lineups and the national anthem being played here. Once again, it'll be the NATOs and the Pacers. NATOs, for those of you that missed it last time that we brought this up, are chasing their best start in the tenure of Donald Hudson through 10 games. They've started 6-4 twice, but a win today would propel them to 7-3, a mark that has not been reached through 10 games so far by Coach Donald Hudson, and they're facing an opponent that has lost 3 games in a row. Now, you can't sleep on teams, especially at this level, and you can't just take anything for granted, no matter if they've lost 3 in a row, won 8 in a row. Doesn't matter who it is, you got to show up, and Coach Hudson will be the first to tell you that. But it is an exciting prospect. Chance to be sitting at 7-3 and atop the USA South. Once again, NATOs are sitting in first in the conference, 3-0 record in the conference. Them and Greensboro and Mary Baldwin, the only three teams with an undefeated record in the conference. And also at stake, a 2-0 or a 3-0 start at the Bosch. They are 2-0 so far at home on their home floor, looking to make that 3-0. And about a minute and a half away from the starting lineups will be given to you by PA announcer Ray Gill after the national anthem. And then it'll be time for some basketball. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back here from the Bosch. NATOs and Pacers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet this afternoon's starting lineups. First, the visiting Pacers of William Peace University. At guard, a 5'8 freshman from Durham, North Carolina, number 0, Renee Day. At guard, a 5'5 senior from Dayton, Ohio, number 2, Mila Barnes. At guard, a 5'6 freshman from Cary, North Carolina, number 11, Alicia Old. At forward, a 6-foot freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 20, Hannah Lewis. And at guard, a 5'8 senior from Greenville, North Carolina, number 15, Nana Reddick. William Peace is coached by Marquetta Dickens, assisted by Wendell Holmes. And now, the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. At guard, a 5'6 senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 3, Journey Tyler. At guard, a 5'2 sophomore from Summerville, South Carolina, number 5, Lexi Shepard. At forward, a 5'10 freshman from Hudson, North Carolina, number 10, Olivia Miller. At guard, a 5'6 junior from Fort Mill, South Carolina, number 23, Kelly Wells. And at forward, a 5'11 junior from Marion, North Carolina, Number 24, McKenna Perkins.
And that was PA announcer Ray Gill giving the starting lineups for both teams, and now both teams heading on to the floor. NATO's the 5 for them. Journey Tyler, Lexi Shepard, Olivia Miller, Callie Wells, and McKenna Parkins. And for the Pacers, Brenia Day, Mila Barnes, Alicia All, Hannah Lewis, Nineveh Reddick rounding out the 5. It'll be Reddick and Olivia Miller for the tip here. It goes up in the air, and that one is saved by Callie Wells, and the NATOs will get the first possession right in front of the scorer's table. Callie able to save that one. Now Lexi Shepard has the basketball, and will start things off. Passes it to Parkins, and now a foul. Very quick foul called against William Peace. And it'll be number 11, Alicia All. First team foul, of course, only 10 seconds in. Lexi Shepard now has the basketball up top, passes it over to Miller. Miller looking long, pass into the corner. Callie Wells now, she has it, passing back to Miller. Miller looking around, couple of dribbles now, pass to Journey Tyler. Open three, fires it up, can't hit, rebound hauled in. Callie Wells going inside, puts it up with the left, and the NATOs have their first basket of the afternoon. NATO's the first on the board, and now it'll be Alicia All handling the ball up the floor. To her right, Day. Now Reddick. Day once more, now Barnes. Barnes on the right wing, working on Shepard, getting by her, trying to use some strength. Passes it back out to Hannah Lewis. Now Reddick. Reddick, hop step, floater, no good off the back iron. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, blocked. Olivia Miller has it, now passes over to Lexi. Lexi looking up the floor for maybe something long, now slowing it down. Over to the corner, Callie Wells. Pump fake now to her left, ranging over, passing to Journey Tyler. She goes inside, passes it back out to the right wing. Callie Wells into the corner. Lexi Shepard firing up a three and hits it. Lexi Shepard with the tray, and it's a 5-0 start for the Tornadoes. Nineveh Reddick, the senior guard out of Greenville, North Carolina. Passes that one over to All. Now Lewis in the corner, bringing it back over to the wing now. Lewis going to fire up a jump shot and will hit it for three. All had the basketball, passed it over to Lewis, and now Lexi Shepard with it. Over to Miller, up top. To her left, Shepard. Into the corner, Callie Wells. Little head fake. Now passes back over to Miller. Miller, pump fake. Whoa! What a pass into the corner. Journey Tyler has it going inside. Putting up the floater. No good. Rebound pulled in by Reddick. Or All, rather. All going inside on Shepard. Stepping back. Now passes over to Reddick. Reddick going to fire an open three. Can't hit it short. Rebound hauled in herself. Going inside. Now pulls up a free throw line. Jumper. Can't hit it. Rebound, McKenna Parkins. McKenna coming up the left. Now defers over to Lexi. Lexi calling out the play and trying to move people around. Miller shifting over to the left wing. Lexi moving over to her right and moving Callie Wells out of the way. Shepard fits a pass into Parkins. Mid-range is good. Timeout called, and head coach Marquetta Dickens is livid with his team, and it looks to be yelling at Hannah Lewis specifically, not happy with the defensive effort so far. NATO's leading 7-3 with 7.5 remaining in the first quarter, and we'll be right back.
McKenna Parkins, Marion, North Carolina.
Alexis Marshall, Shelby, North Carolina.
Cassie Flemons, Asheville, North Carolina. Go NATOs.
Christina Wong, Morton, North Carolina.
Lexi Shepard, Somerville, South Carolina.
Melanie Hoyle, Silva, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Aisha Short, Morganton, North Carolina.
Malia Boyce, Marion, North Carolina. Jada Petty Wilkins, Tryon, North Carolina.
Chanda Pouncey, Dillon, South Carolina.
Shania Hauser, Statesville, North Carolina. Go NATOs.
Journey Tyler, Nashville, Tennessee.
Callie Wells, Portmore, South Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Michaela Street, Baltimore, Maryland.
Olivia Miller, Hudson, North Carolina. Go NATOs.
NATO's headed back onto the floor. A 7-3 start for them, about 2.5 in. And Of course, still the same 5. As Reddick gets the basketball now. And running point coming up the floor. Left side picked up by Shepard. Now over to All. Into the corner, Day. All has it back once more, fits in a pass to Barnes. Barnes tries to fit one into Lewis, can't get it. McKenna Parkins has it. That one's nearly stolen, but it goes through the hands of All, into the hands of Callie Wells. She puts it up off the glass, no good. Miller with the putback, she's right there. A 9-3 start for the NATOs, and Miller's on the board. Her first points and rebound, and that one a 3-point attempt, no good there by Brenia Day. Lexi Shepard, long pass Parkins, underneath the rim, puts it up off the glass in transition. McKenna Parkins with another basket. She's got 4. 11-3 start for the Tornadoes. All going to fire up a long shot, won't hit it. Rebound Callie Wells, hands off to Lexi Shepard. She slows things down for a moment. Long pass up the floor to Tyler. She's left alone. Going inside, ball stripped and a foul. Foul called against Alicia All. She does not agree. It'll be on the floor. Second team foul. And it's the second on All as well. And now a substitution coming in, and it'll be number 5, Kamisha Pasco. She'll be getting All with the 2 early fouls. Shepard from the baseline, looking around and going to try and get it to Parkins, and does. Parkins turning around through contact, puts it up, no whistle and no basket. Reddick, guarded by Shepard, right wing. Barnes thinks about it, goes inside, puts it up with the left, no good, too strong. Rebound McKenna Parkins. Another board for her, averaging 9.9 a game on the season. Lexi Shepard up top, directing Parkins. Now goes over to the corner to Wells. Wells thinks about it, back to Shepard. She'll fire her own 3. That one's too strong. Miller right there, tips the rebound to Parkins. Parkins off the glass. McKenna's got 6 already. And it's a double-digit lead for the Tornadoes, 13-3 with 5:45 remaining in the first. Reddick, right side. Now over to Day. Barnes has it. Mila Barnes now over to Reddick. Into the corner, firing it up, and can't connect. Rebound, Hannah Lewis trying to back down to Wells. Get some space off the glass and a basket. Brenia Day missed a 3-pointer in the corner, but Hannah Lewis right there to get the rebound, put it back up and get the score. Shepard looking around now to her left. Journey Tyler. Parkins, free throw line, jumper, can't hit. Rebound Lewis. Her second rebound. And now Reddick coming up, tries to put a move on Shepard. Turns her back, now passing this one over. And Pasco fires a long 2, can't hit. Rebound tipped up in the air, gathered by Lewis. Lewis working on Parkins, pass is stolen. Intercepted by Lexi Shepard. Lexi long pass up the floor. Journey Tyler trying to get to it, and she will be out of bounds. It'll be going the other way. Her momentum carried her just a little too far, and Journey not able to catch up to that one. And now some subs coming for the Tornadoes. Looks like Michaela Street, Nalia Boyce, and China Pouncey all coming in favor of Wells, Miller, and Tyler, as well as Haley George, the freshman guard out of Lumberton, North Carolina, Fairmont High School, checking in for the Pacers. And Reddick will inbound this one over to Pasco, who gives it right back to Reddick. Reddick, the primary ball handler, very clearly here for William Peace. A lot of commotion on the floor. Reddick trying to get past Shepard. Nowhere to go. Trying not to lose the basketball. She's doubled. Pass over to the corner into George. George up top. Nearly stolen. Barnes has it now. Gives it to Reddick. Once more for George. George a couple of left-hand dribbles. Fighting for it. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow will stay with William Peace. William Peace basketball, and Coach Marquetta Dickens is in some sort of disagreement here with the referee. Very animated. Got to be careful not to get himself a tech this early, although the NATOs would take it. Reddick from the baseline to inbound. Looking around, finding Pasco. She's ripped as she goes up. Lexi Shepard fighting for it, gets it over to Parkins. Parkins coming up the floor, dribbling with the left. She'll slow things down. Pass over to the corner. Michaela Street newly checked in. Hello! A 3-pointer for Michaela Street. one of a few very high-impact freshmen that the NATOs possess. Miller being one of them, Michaela Street one of them, Alexis Marshall, a few really good freshmen on this team for head coach Donald Hudson, and Street there hitting a three-pointer, showing that. Pouncey now guarding up. It's Day with the basketball to the corner. Pasco whips a pass over to George, and she puts up the left. She's fouled, and it'll be an offensive foul or turnover. Did not see the call, heard the whistle blow, thought maybe George was going to get an opportunity for 2 free throws, but it goes back to the NATOs, which is a preferable outcome. Lexi Shepard, right wing, goes over to McKenna up top. McKenna right back to Lexi. Lexi, pass down low. Boyce going up, and she's fouled. Physical down low by Nalia Boyce, the sophomore center out of Marion, North Carolina, McDowell High School. And Coach Dickens still with some complaints for the referees, not happy, and Boyce can't sink the first one. NATO's leading it by 11 with about 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. And Nalia going to try and split the pair of free throws here. She winds up, fires, and the shooter's roll off the back rim goes in. And it's a 12-point lead for the Tornadoes here in the opening period. Alexis Marshall, one of the freshmen we mentioned, getting ready to check in. Pasco has the basketball, gives it back to Reddick. Reddick picks up her dribble now, goes over to Barnes. Barnes dribbling, going into the left, weaving through contact off the glass. Wild shot, no good. Rebounded Boyce. Boyce dribbling and passing, and that one is knocked out of bounds by Brenia Day. A wild sequence there, and Marshall will check in now for Lexi Shepard, who will have a seat. Parkins from the baseline goes over to Marshall. Marshall pass over to China Pouncey. Pouncey right side, loses the handle of the basketball, loses it again, reaching for it, has her arm wrapped around the legs of Reddick, and it's a jump ball. The possession arrow will go to the Tornadoes. And Parkins from right in front of the NATO's student section inbounds to Marshall. Marshall left side, pass over to Street. Street going inside, puts up the layup off the glass, and an early 5 points for Michaela Street off the bench. Leading scorer on the team. Evenly distributed scoring. Wells and Parkins with 4 apiece. Shepard with 3, Olivia Miller with 2, and Aaliyah Boyce chipped in a free throw as well. Barnes has it, passing down low, backdoor, can't handle it is Day. Over to George. George passes it through the hands of Pasco. McKenna has it and passes it over to Alexis Marshall. Right side now, China Pouncey. Pouncey past Parkins, spinning around, putting it up off the glass, and another basket for McKenna. She's got 6. George over to the left side, Reddick, and it'll be a travel. Reddick picked the foot up before she ever dribbled, and Hannah Lewis is going to check back in favor of Pasco. And Shania Hauser checked in. McKenna Parkins will have a seat. Well-deserved break for her. Marshall, left wing, over to Hauser. Corner, Pouncey. Now wants to go to Boyce. Boyce setting up, going to work off the glass. It spins around and goes in. That one spun around and hung up on the rim for a second, but it goes through the net, and it's an 18-point lead in the first quarter. NATOs have only allowed 5 points. Incredible defensive effort so far from Hudson's crew. Long jump shot here is off the line by Brenia Day. It's out of bounds, and it will stay with the Pacers. It was off the Tornadoes. It'll be Reddick to inbound with 1:36 remaining in the first. 23-5 lead for the Tornadoes. And now the referees consulting about something, it appears. A short conversation, and it looks like it. Not sure actually what the call was there. And a three-pointer here by Hannah Lewis is sunk. Or a long two, rather. Her foot was on the line. 23-7 Tornado lead. Alexis Marshall with the basketball, passing over to the corner, jumping up to get it is Michaela Street. She goes inside, puts it up, and just misses short. Rebound, though, brought in by Pouncey. Puts it up. She can't get it. Rebounded by Nineveh Reddick. Reddick trying to put a shake on Marshall, putting up the free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound, Shania Hauser. She passes it over to Alexis. Right side coming up, slowing things down a little bit and surveying. Goes over to Hauser. Hauser to the left, Michaela Street. Street, corner, Pouncey. Pouncey, a couple of dribbles, going inside, has the ball ripped away, going for it on the ground and retaining it is Barnes. Now Reddick coming up the floor, does not have numbers on the wing, going inside, hop step, puts up a floater, no good, a lot of contact, no call. Pass out to George. George going inside, she's blocked. Nalia Boyce has the basketball, pass over to Marshall. Marshall working on George, tries to go behind the back, it's off her foot, and got to pass it up the floor and not get an 8-second, and she will. Pass over to the corner. Street wide open and can't connect. Rebound pulled in by Barnes. Mila Barnes with the board there. It's her second. Barnes passing, intercepted Shania Hauser. 15 seconds to go in the first. We'll see if the NATOs just try and slow this thing down and run the quarter out. 23-7 lead. Pass over to Street. 8 seconds. No 24-second clock. Boyce gets it, putting it up. No good. Rebound Hannah Lewis. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. 2-1. George right from past half court. Hits it! Oh my goodness. Haley George. I think she got that one off. She did. It's a three-pointer, a long Steph Curry type logo shot from the BC logo, and that gets William Peace into double digits. NATO's leading by 13, 23-10. We'll be back here in just a moment for the second period. What a shot by George. NATO's still lead by double digits. We'll be right back. Back here for the second quarter of action. NATO's same five that they ended the first quarter with. And interesting enough, already a shorthanded roster. It looks, at least the roster we got, only 10 players for William Peace, but only 7 players here at Brevard. 2 on the bench, 5 on the floor at all times, and a foul against Alexis Marshall. It will be on the floor. Inbound here coming from Haley George, who just hit the long, nearly half-court shot, and she passes it out to Hannah Lewis. Lewis, pass over to Day. Bernia Day looking over to her left now. A lot of congestion, and she gives that one over to Alicia All, guarded by China Pouncey. China lets her shoot. She fires a long jumper, can't hit it. And the rebound is going to be fought for by China Pouncey. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow is going the NATO's way. China Pouncey, that's her MO, is the hustle plays, the nitty-gritty, and kind of getting dirty when nobody else wants to. You see Pouncey fighting for a lot of loose balls all the time, and on the floor quite a lot. Just aggressive style of defense, trying to retain the basketball however possible. Marshall passes it right to China. On the right wing, looking for a pass, and now has Street in the corner. Street, back to China. Up top, Marshall, 14 on the 24. Hauser now looking, harassed, going inside and passing it out to Street. Street going to fire up another three and won't hit that one. Rebound is brought in by Nalia Boyce. Offensive board. Pass out to Hauser right at the free throw line. Going inside, losing the basketball. It's stolen by Barnes. Barnes coming up the floor. Does not have numbers. Street chasing it behind her. She loses the basketball. Alexis Marshall has it. Marshall slowing things down as she passes half court. Over to Street, right wing. Wants to move Marshall over to the corner. Marshall not moving over to the corner. Now they try and move Pouncey. Street does it herself, and now a foul called against Haley George. That's her second and team's first of the quarter. Marshall to inbound. Looking and now gives it up to Street on the wing. Hop step. Floater, no good, too strong. Boyce gets the rebound and puts it back up. Another second chance opportunity presented by Nalia Boyce, and she gets the points there too. 25-10 NATO lead. About a minute and a half into the second. Haley George has the basketball right wing. Over to the corner, Alicia All fires up a three, can't hit. Rebound pulled in, China Pouncey. China gives it up to Alexis. And picked up right near half court by All, and now the pass over to Pouncey. She's able to haul it in. Down low, Boyce getting doubled. Up top, Street all alone. Firing and can't hit, just short. Rebound, China Pouncey. Great extension there. The pass out to Nalia Boyce, and she loses it into the hands of Haley George. 3-on-3 down the floor. George coming in, putting up the layup. Wild layup, no good. Rebound, Shania Hauser looking for a pass and can't get one off. Now does to Michaela Street. Street coming up the right side. George trying to stay with her. Going inside, now stepping back behind the back. Almost crosses herself up. And Barnes going into the legs of Michaela Street, wondering how she got called for a foul. I'm not wondering how. Foul against Barnes. Barnes still not happy with that one, and China Pouncey will come off the floor. Journey Tyler will make her second appearance on the court. Marshall from the baseline. NATO student section heckling and getting after Barnes. Barnes going to have a seat now. And something from the referee to Coach Dickens of William Peace as Journey Tyler gets the ball going down low. Nalia Boyce on the much smaller defender. Another basket over Haley George, and Nalia Boyce has 7. 4 rebounds as well. 27-10 NATO's lead with 7:19 remaining in the first half. Haley George tries to get a move on Street, now passes it over. And now a nice pass to Reddick, putting up a mid-range, can't hit. Rebound, Nalia Boyce. Been saying her name quite a lot so far in this one. Boyce, the leading scorer with 7, also has 5 boards after that one. Marshall, pass to the left side, Michaela Street. Street going to give it up top to Journey Tyler, fitting it in, Boyce. Boyce going up again, can't get that one. Rebound, Shania Hauser off the glass, trying to get her own rebound, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Pacers. Much to the dismay of the NATO crowd. And some physical basketball being played down low, at least by the Tornadoes. And William Peace really having to fight for their opportunities, and not a lot of second chance opportunities to speak of for William Peace. Pass to Bernia Day. Now to the corner, Hannah Lewis going to fire up another 3. Can't hit that one. Rebound hauled in by Michaela Street. She's swarmed and gets it over to Tyler, now Marshall. 4 NATO's getting ready to check back in. It's the remainder of that starting 5. Journey Tyler has already checked back in. Michaela Street tries to fit it into Boyce. Knocked down by Lewis. Street gets it back. Wild pass hauled in by Hauser. Left side, Marshall. Head fake. Passing it back up top to Journey Tyler, who goes inside. Pass to Marshall. 7 on the shot clock. Going around Boyce. 4 on the shot clock. Puts up the layup. Off the glass, Alexis Marshall. 29-10 Tornadoes. Great screen there by Boyce. Great athleticism by Marshall to get to the cup and put it in. 19-point lead for the NATOs. Reddick has it on the left side. Over to the corner now. Firing it up, and missing there is Alicia All. Shania Hauser has the basketball. Now gives it up to Alexis on the left side with 5:47 and counting remaining in half number 1. A great half for the Tornadoes so far, leading by 19 as head coach Donald Hudson on looking here. Journey Tyler has the basketball going inside, tries to put it up. Wild shot, can't get it. Rebound, Hannah Lewis. Journey might have wanted a call there, did not get it. Haley George has the basketball, weaving over to her left, passing it to Alicia All. Down low, Reddick has it, swarmed, ball knocked away. Boyce has it. Another steal for the NATOs. And Journey Tyler bringing it up the floor. 8 second chance points for the NATOs, only 4 for the Pacers, and a foul call. Journey Tyler hitting the legs by Reddick. And on the ground, head down, and that one is Reddick's first, the team's third, and now those 4 will come in. Journey Tyler still being helped up by Boyce and Street as it looks like the training staff might hit onto the floor, but it looks like Journey's going to be able to walk off on her own power. Marshall and Hauser have already walked off. Journey is hopping off, and so Michaela Street will be the one to stay, not Journey. And it's Lexi Shepard, Olivia Miller, McKenna Parkins, and Callie Wells accompanying her. Lexi has the basketball, moving Miller out of the way, now going over to her right to Wells. Wells pass up top, Michaela Street. Now Miller, high block, tries to put up a floater and loses her grip on the ball. And now it is a 3-on-4. Going inside, putting it up off the glass. Reddick, wild shot, rebound, fought for by Miller and knocked out of her hands by Alicia All. And a media timeout, it appears. 29-10, NATO's leading, just under 5 minutes to go here in the half. Nalia Boyce with 7 points, 5 rebounds. McKenna Parkins has 6. Michaela Street with 5. And the NATO's with a hefty lead here. 6-0 run in the quarter for the Tornadoes here. They had a 23-10 lead at the end of the first. And as you see, NATO's talking things over here with head coach Donald Hudson, Parkins, and Shepard, and the unit that's on the floor right now sitting there discussing with Coach Hudson at the helm. And you see the shorthanded roster of William Peace getting chewed out here by head coach Marquetta Dickens in year 3. And once again, I just want to circle back to this. The Pacers, their roster only has 10 players on it, and they only have 7 players here. Only 2 people on the bench at each time, and Coach Dickens really animated, as he has been this whole game, for William Peace, and that has not changed in the huddle as the NATOs break theirs and head back out onto the floor. William Peace about to do just the same. And offensive rebounds, 8 of them for the Tornadoes. There are 6 offensive rebounds for William Peace, but it just feels like it's been bigger for the NATOs, and they've just been dominating the glass. They have 6 more defensive rebounds, so 8 more rebounds total for the Tornadoes as Lexi Shepard brings the ball up the floor. And now looking for a pass has Parkins. McKenna thought about giving it to Callie, now defers to Street on the right wing. Street guarded by Reddick, passing to Callie Wells. Wells getting a screen from Miller. Stepping back behind the three-point line, now Street. 10 on the shot clock. Street going to go inside, going to lose the basketball, going to get fouled. That one is against number 5, Kamisha Pasco. That's her first. Team's 5th. As Lexi looks for a pass, has Wells. Head fake going inside, putting up the floater short. Rebounded by Hannah Lewis. And now Alicia All racing up the floor, going inside, losing a grip of the basketball for just a moment, slows her dribble down, pass to Reddick, up top, Hannah Lewis thinks about it, instead takes a couple dribbles, almost has it ripped by Street. Reddick with the basketball now, floats it into Pasco, back out to Lewis, another three-point attempt for her is canned. Hannah Lewis has 10, she's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, and only one other Pacer has scored, and it was that half-court shot, and it'll be a blocking foul against Reddick here. Reddick's going to have her second foul. And that was the team's 5th. I misspoke. Their last foul before that was their 4th. That will be the 5th, and Bernia Day will check in for Reddick here. 2 fouls for George, 2 fouls for All, and 2 fouls now for Reddick. And Michaela Street at the free throw line. She fires up the first, and too strong off the back iron. And so each of those players in foul trouble for the Pacers so far, 2 apiece for them as Street tries to salvage the free throws and get 1 out of the 2 here. Nalia Boyce leading with 7 points for the team. Michaela Street has 5. And she fires up the second and hits that one, gets one of two. NATO's leading by 17, under 4 minutes to go here in half number one, 30-13. All has the basketball stripped almost by Michaela Street, but that one goes out of bounds, and Alicia All will inbound from right in front of the stands. All over to Haley George, who had that long shot earlier, hasn't done anything since. Now pass down low, Pasco working on Miller, and she's blocked. Callie Wells with it now. Coming up the right side, slowing things down a bit, up 17. Looking, corner, Miller. Thinks about it now instead, tries to go float one over the head of the defender to Parkins. Can't get it there. It's a turnover. All has it now, and that one's stolen by Michaela Street. Street bringing it back up the other way. 3-on-3 opportunity here. Street going inside, and now we'll circle back, passing over up top to Callie Wells. Wells going to fire up a three and can't hit. Rebound fought for, and a foul on Lexi Shepard. That's her first, only the NATO's second here. And checking back in is Bernia Day. And Mila Barnes going to get ready to come back in for the Pacers as well. Up top, Haley George has the basketball going out to the left, gets by Wells, loses the basketball. McKenna Parkins has it. Long pass up the floor to Wells, chasing after it, recovers it right on the baseline, passes it over to Miller, knocked out of her hands, and Lewis on the ground with it, and it's going to stay with the Tornadoes. Hannah Lewis a little slow to get up, and Mila Barnes and Nineveh Reddick coming in, and Alicia All and Kamisha Pasco will both have a seat. And Lexi Shepard pats the ball, looking for an inbound. Still can't find one. Now gets it over to Street in the corner. Left corner, Street. Doubled. Pass back out to Lexi. Up top, Callie Wells all alone for three. And connects. It's a 20-point lead for the NATOs with 2:47 remaining here in the half. Right side. Bernia Day passing, intercepted by Callie Wells. Wells coming up the floor. She wants another basket. She'll get another basket off the glass. Callie Wells has 9 and is now the leading scorer for the Tornadoes in this first half. Reddick to her left to Lewis. Lewis, the corner, Mila Barnes. Lewis once more, going to fire up a three. Going to be short, rebounded by Miller. Miller with her third board. And Lexi Shepard, Street alone, going to fire a long two and can't hit. Rebound Parkins. Parkins losing the basketball through the legs of Barnes. She has it on the ground now, passing it over to Reddick. Has some space, going in, putting it up, and too far. Rebound, Callie Wells has it. Nice board there. Gives it over to Lexi Shepard with 1:47 remaining in the half. She'll slow things down a bit. Wells on the right wing, now up top to Street. Miller, couple of dribbles, going inside now, puts it up off the glass, off the rim, it's good. Nice touch and finesse there, put a little bit of English on that one. And the NATOs now leading by 24. Day has it, passes to a cutting George, puts it up off the glass, can't hit it, wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now Lexi Shepard, long pass over to Street. She brings it in, putting it up, blocked, and that one recovered by Mila Barnes, passing it, leading George down the floor, one-on-one with Miller, putting it up, and off the glass. Nice reverse layup there by Haley George, who has 5. Hannah Lewis has 10, and that's all of the scoring accounted for by William Peace. Only 15 points through the first half, and that pass is knocked away and recovered by the NATOs. No, knocked out of the hands of Parkins over to Reddick. It's 2-on-1 in favor of the NATOs here. Reddick spinning back, puts up a mid-range, and hits. And finally a third Pacer has scored. NATOs lead down to 20 with 40 seconds remaining in the half. Lexi Shepard, left side, bringing it towards the middle now, looking around, moving Parkins and directing traffic here. Passing it over to McKenna. 11 seconds or so difference between the shot and game clock, and a floater there is good by Michaela Street. Street's got 8, and the scoring has been really evenly distributed here for the Tornadoes as there is 18 seconds left in half number 1 here. Right side, Bernia Day, guarded by Wells. Right wing, now over to Barnes. She has it, 7 seconds left. Right side, Lewis, 5, 4. Lewis working on Street, gets by her, tries the layup, and she's fouled and 1. chance to get the lead or deficit, whichever way you look at it, chance to get it back inside of 20 with 1.3 to go. That one's going to be against Parkins. It's her first and the NATO's third. 5 fouls for the Pacers in the half. And Lewis with a chance to make it 39-20 with 1.3 seconds remaining here in the half. Lewis, couple of dribbles, spin of the basketball, now fires it up and connects off the shooter's roll. So Parkins gives it to Shepard. Shepard pass, and the horn will sound, and that'll be it for half number one. 39-20. NATO's leading it here, and once again, some really even scoring distribution here in this one. Callie Wells with 9 points, 4 of 7 from the field. She's knocked down a 3, and she has 4 boards. 8 points from Michaela Street. Not super efficient shooting, 3 of 10 from the field, a 30% clip, but has been doing some really good work, and right as soon as she came in for the first time, started knocking down some baskets and really helping increase that momentum as she's down on the floor right now talking to Coach Annalie Bollinger before headed to the locker room. Nalia Boyce down low has put in some really good work, has been really efficient. 7 points on 3 of 5, a couple of putbacks, 5 boards for her. McKenna Parkins has 6 and 3 rebounds on 3 of 5 from the field. Olivia Miller's only taken 2 shots, but she's knocked them both down. She's got 4 points and 4 rebounds. Lexi Shepard knocked down a tray earlier in the game, also has 3 assists. Alexis Marshall has only taken 1 shot. She knocked that one down with 2 points. Journey Tyler still without any points, as well as China Pouncey and Chania Hauser. Hopefully subject to change here in the second half. And for the Pacers, Hannah Lewis really carrying the load for them. 13 of the 20 points for them have come off of her hand. She's 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. She's got 7 rebounds and has been playing well. Actually, she's normally number 14. She's wearing number 20 in this game, and maybe that new number is doing her some good. Haley George with 5 points, 2 of 5 from the field, although 2 fouls for her. Nineveh Reddick, the only other Pacer to score, she has 2 points and 1 of 9 from the field. 4 rebounds and an assist, 2 fouls for her as well. 2 fouls for Alicia All. Her, Bernia Day, Mila Barnes, and Kamisha Pasco have all checked in without scoring. A look at the team stats really quickly here before we get a message from the college. 8 of 32 from the field, 25% from William Peace. 17 of 37, nearly 46%, 45.9 for the NATOs. NATOs 3 of 10 from 3, 30%. 3 of 13 for William Peace. So they've made the same amount, but William Peace shooting at 23%. Only 1 free throw for the Pacers, 4 for the NATOs. They're 2 of 4. William Peace did knock down that free throw. 13 turnovers for William Peace, 8 for the NATOs. And points off turnovers is really where the NATOs are thriving right now. 20 points off turnovers for them, and they've only allowed 2 points off turnovers. 27-17 rebounding margin, 9 offensive boards for the NATOs, 9 assists for the NATOs, 3 for William Peace, 2 blocks, 11 steals for the Tornadoes. And bench points, NATOs outscoring 17-5. Second chance points, 8-4 in favor of the NATOs. Points in the paint, 28 for Brevard, only 6 for William Peace. 7 fast break points for the NATOs, 2 for the Pacers. And by the period, in the first, William Peace shot 23.5%. In the second, they shot 26.7%, only 25% for the field in total. For the NATOs, they shot a cool 50% in the first period. Came down to earth a little bit in the second, 41.2% in the second, and it still outscored William Peace 16-10 in that period, but a much closer one than the first, in which it was 23-10. Largest lead for the NATOs was 24 at the 134 mark in the second. Best scoring one for the NATOs was 10 right at the end of the first. And time with the lead, William Peace has not held a lead, and Brevard has held it for 19 minutes and 33 seconds out of the opening 20 minutes. That's about it here for the halftime report. We've got messages coming up from Brevard College about 11 and a half minutes away from the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. NATO's leading it 39-20.
Graduate of the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is equipped with the core skills to be successful in any field. So what can students do after they graduate? Anything they want.
I think that Brevard College's Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is better than other programs because of the quality.
Back here live for second half action from the Bosch. NATO's heading back onto the floor, sporting a 19-point lead, a cool 39-20 margin here for the NATO's. Michaela Street and McKenna Parkins, the leading scorers with 8 apiece. Callie Wells and Aaliyah Boyce right behind with 7 apiece. And the Pacers heading back onto the floor for their first defensive possession of the second half. Shepard bringing the ball up. Over to Miller. Only took 2 shots in the first half, made both of them. Now Journey Tyler, good to see her back and healthy, but she passes it into the hands of Alicia All. Tries to go back door to Reddick and can't get it. Parkins now with the basketball on the left side, gives it to Wells. Now Lexi Shepard. Right side, Journey. Couple of left-hand dribbles now up top to Callie Wells. Whips it over to Parkins. Parkins keeps the ball moving over back to Callie. Callie behind the back to McKenna. Going to fire up a 3 and hit it. McKenna Parkins, she's in double figures. First Tornado to reach that with 11. A lot of contributions from different players. Alicia All over to Reddick. Now back to All. Back to Reddick. Passing, trying to find Barnes, and it is intercepted and stolen. Parkins has it now over to Lexi. Lexi left side, looking, spinning back, and going to pass it out. Journey Tyler. Now Olivia Miller going to fire up a 3. Can't hit that one. Rebound knocked up, recovered by Parkins. She goes up and is fouled. Parkins going to the line for 2. And hits the first one. McKenna now sitting at 12. 5 of 7 from the field. And the second free throw is short and rebounded by Hannah Lewis. Pacers bringing up the floor. Alicia All on the right side, guarded by Lexi. Trying to work on Lexi, now goes over to the corner to Day, now Mila Barnes. Barnes gives to Reddick, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Reddick up top, working on Wells, stepping back, long 2, and can't connect. Rebound hauled in by Journey Tyler right at the corner. Lexi Shepard now bringing it up. Left side, stepping back, hitting the brakes, now gets the ball stolen from her by Bernea Day. Day working, loses the ball herself, and it'll stay with the Pacers. They'll say Lexi knocked it out. Seems like a good call to me. Inbound coming from Reddick, gives it over to Lewis, the leading scorer by far for the Pacers with 13. Backdoor pass to All, puts it up off the glass, not enough. Rebounded by Olivia Miller, now over to Lexi. Lexi coming up the right side, now slowing things down. She'll go over to Journey Tyler. Journey up top to Miller, whipping to her left to Shepard. Down low, Parkins takes one dribble, spinning around, putting it up. It's good. 14 points for McKenna, and it's a 45-20 lead. Largest lead for the NATOs of the ball game at 25. It was 24 prior to this. Reddick now left wing. Gives it over to Bernia Day. Day now All. Up top, Reddick going to fire up a three. Too strong. Rebound hauled in by Barnes, but she knocks it out, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Miller into Shepard. Shepard passing to Journey Tyler right at the half-court line. Now over to Wells. That one's knocked around and intercepted. Reddick has it. It's a little bit of sloppy ball handling so far by both teams to start the second half. And going inside Reddick. Reddick putting it up. She's fouled. And we'll see if it was on the shot or on the floor. Looks like it'll be 2 shots for her. First foul for Olivia Miller, also first foul for the NATOs. And Nineveh Reddick, 2 points, only 1 of 12 from the field. Has no free throw shot. She does knock down her first. Trying to go 2 for 2 from the line here, Reddick. Now fires it up and connects. Perfect trip to the line for Nineveh Reddick. And Olivia Miller tries to pass this one. It's knocked up in the air, and Wells knocks it out of bounds. And it'll go right back to the Pacers. So the NATOs, Coach Hudson, despite a 23-point lead, can't be happy with the way that the ball has been handled so far to start the second half. A lot of turnovers so far for the Tornadoes as Reddick gets it on the left wing, fires it up, and hits for 3. And all of a sudden, Reddick on her own, a 5-0 run, and Coach Hudson wants a timeout. He's seen enough of this. And the NATO's lead is still 21 with 6:44 remaining in the period. But once again, just some sloppy, unforced errors here by the Tornadoes and not D'ing up quite the way they were in the first half. So Coach Hudson wants to talk about that and looks not happy with the group, with Journey Tyler and the rest of the NATOs as they head over to the bench. Coach Hudson not satisfied with the 20-point lead with 6:44 remaining in the half. As you see the Tornado cheerleaders on the baseline down there in Christmas attire. Once again, the last game before we get to Christmas break for either Tornado basketball team here at the Bosch. And so far, so good for the NATOs, giving the NATO faithful an early Christmas present here with what to this point has been really a beatdown of William Peace. And Coach Hudson knows that he's got to keep continuing to build this momentum and can't be satisfied with what they've got so far, which is first in the USA South with a 6-3 record. And if this result does stand and they finish with the victory, the NATOs will be 7-3, which is good for the greatest start in the history of the Donald Hudson era for the Tornadoes. They have started 6-4 twice, but have not reached 7-3 through 10 games with Coach Hud, and a chance to do that here with a 20-point lead and 6:44 remaining in the third as Olivia Miller comes over to inbound. And all of a sudden, maybe some more energy invoked in William Peace after that little run there. Miller looking, passing over to Wells. Looking, passing to Lexi Shepard. She's fouled and run right into the cheerleaders. That was Alicia All trying to track her down. And Haley George going to come in. She'll get somebody out here. And it will be All, because that's All's 4th foul. And Haley George back into the action now. Lexi Shepard passing down low. Miller tries to pass it back to Lexi, and it's knocked out of bounds by William Peace. Now Lexi to inbound right in front of her own bench. She'll give it a Journey a little bit behind her, but she's able to handle it. Now pass. Parkins down low, working on Barnes. Puts it up and has another basket. 16 for McKenna. McKenna over her season average now of 14.2 points per game. Now pass to the left side. Firing it up is Brenia Day. Can't hit. Chasing for the rebound, and Miller will just let it go. George was going to try and chase after it and throw it off of Miller. Decided to leave it alone. And Miller now has the basketball coming up the middle of the floor and gets knocked from behind. A foul. Miller hits the floor in frustration. Got hit hard from behind. Did get the ball taken from her, but there was contact accompanied with that. And for that, it'll be another foul against William Peace. And Miller will inbound. Lexi Shepard almost has it taken away, and another foul on George. It's her third, and the fourth already 4 minutes into the quarter for the Pacers, and this inbound bounced over to Lexi. Lexi up top, Olivia Miller. Left wing, Callie Wells, guarded tightly by Day, has the ball knocked away but is able to handle it. Journey Tyler going inside, putting it up off the glass. She's fouled by Reddick, and that'll be Reddick's fourth, so some real foul trouble with a team that already only has 7 players. Got to be careful if you're William Peace. Kind of neutralizing the run that they had a minute ago with these fouls. And Lexi Shepard and Callie Wells will take a step off the floor, and Michaela Street and Alexis Marshall will check back in. 2 freshmen that have both played well. Marshall knocked down the only shot she took, and Michaela Street's the second leading scorer with 8. And all of a sudden now, Coach having some sort of discussions about the foul calls, and you got to be careful to not get teed up. That's what the NATO faithful wants, is for Coach Dickens to get teed up. The refs have given him a lot of leeway so far, and now they're heading over to talk to Coach Hudson. And the NATO student section chanting something to imply that Coach is not happy with the events taking place here in the third. And the first free throw is up and off the glass for Journey Tyler. Knocks down that one. She's into the scoring now. That's her first point. She's got 2 rebounds and 2 assists to boot. And second free throw rolls in and out. Mila Barnes with the rebound. NATO's holding a 23-point lead with 5:45 and counting to go in the third. Pass over to George, left side, working on Street. Passes it over to Lewis. It's knocked away by Alexis Marshall, but she ran out of real estate. And it'll stay with the Pacers as China Pouncey comes in for Journey Tyler. Journey still grimacing a little bit and headed right over to the end of the bench of the trainers. And you can just tell she's not right now. Having a seat on the bench, and might have got hit in the head, putting some water to her head, or a water bottle. And talking with one of the assistant trainers down on the bench. Won't speculate too much on that. Whenever we do have an update, we'll give you all that. And Pasco, Kamisha Pasco passes over into the corner. Brenia Day couldn't handle it at first, but does get it. Mila Barnes now. Barnes tries to pass it to no one. Michaela Street has it now. Street coming up the floor, putting up off the glass, no good. Rebound, China Pouncey. She goes up and gets the basket. China Pouncey's entered the scoring now. And now every NATO that has touched the floor except one has scored, and that one is Shania Hauser, who only took 1 shot and has 4 rebounds to go. So everyone flowing for the NATO so far. We have not seen Hauser yet in the second half. Malia Boyce is getting ready to check back in. She's got 7. And this pass over to the left side, Hannah Lewis. Now Barnes going to fire a long 2 and hit it. McKenna inbounds to Marshall. Now gets it right back and goes right back to Marshall. Marshall now over to Pouncey. Barnes goes for it, can't get it. Miller going inside, puts it off the glass, and the big fundamental for Olivia Miller. Miller's a 3 for 4 from the field, 6 points, 5 rebounds. bit more pedestrian than her usual stats, but still has been a good game for her. She just has not been taking many shots. Lewis now going to fire up a three over Miller and hit it. And all of a sudden, it seems like William Peace, at least in the second half, when they score in bursts, and then droughts come and fouls follow. China Pouncey has the basketball midcourt, followed up by Pasco, going inside, whipping over to Miller. Miller going to fire another one, can't hit that one. Rebound McKenna Park, and she goes up and she's fouled. McKenna's going to head to the line for the second time. She went 1 of 2 her first trip, and now a timeout here. We'll be right back. 4:11 to play in the third. NATO's leading it by 22, 52-30. Pair of McKenna Parkins free throws coming up when we get back. Back on the floor here. 4:11 remaining in the third period. NATO's with a comfortable 22-point lead, 52-30 margin. And so far, there's 4:11 remaining in this period, so this will change, but so far it has been 10 points exactly in each period for William Peace, as the first free throw there from McKenna is good. She's up to 17. Couple of dribbles, now another spin of the ball, and McKenna will hit that one. Nalia Boyce will check in for her, and McKenna will step out with 18 points. 4:11 remaining in the third. Definitely some time to add on to that. George with the basketball, now on the left side. Goes over to Day, now mid-range for Pasco. She can't hit that, but she does get her own rebound. It went over the arms of China Pouncey, and then she scores immediately after. Crowd really getting into it, this NATO student section. A lot of Tornado football players in that student section. Michaela Street has the basketball, and all of William Peace's defenders on this side of the floor, and it's an 8-second violation, a turnover forced by William Peace, and they had every defender on the near side of the floor except one get-back defender. They had 4 defenders on the NATO side of the floor applying pressure, and the NATOs couldn't get the ball past midcourt. It's a turnover. Hannah Lewis now has it in the left corner. Now Haley George on the wing. Now trying to get it over to Barnes. It goes through the hands of Pouncey once more. She puts up a shot and one. Barnes with the and one opportunity here, and a chance to get it back inside 20 once more. Barnes has 4. And a chance for a three-point play here. Barnes fires it up and connects. Still applying that pressure on defense. And all 5 defenders are on this side of the floor. Pouncey gets it over to Street, and it's knocked away. Knocked away by Barnes. Barnes heating up here in the third was scoreless. In fact, every Pacer was scoreless in the first half except for 3 of them. That'll be Lewis, Reddick, and George. And now China Pouncey going to fire up a 3. Long off the iron. Rebounded by Miller. Gives it over to Marshall. Marshall stepping back now. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Street now back to Marshall. She'll fire up a 3. Will be far to the right. Rebounded Pouncey. Puts it back up. And the basket for China Pouncey. China's got 4 as well as 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Quiet, really good game for China Pouncey so far. 2:52 remaining in the third. George over to the right side. Day dribbling, trying to work on Street, drawing contact, puts it up and is fouled. Foul looks like it'll be against Street, either her or Pouncey. And no, it'll be Pouncey. Only China's first, third for the NATOs. And 2 shots coming for Brenia Day. First one is no good, rattles around and out. NATO's lead stands pat at 21 for now. Could knock it down to 20 here with a made free throw, and she will do just that. 56-36 with 2:43 remaining in the third. Miller inbounds to Street, pressure put on. Marshall just going to speed by George. George didn't have any help, threw her arms up, and now Pouncey in the corner. Passes down low, Nalia Boyce. Boyce passes back out to Miller. Miller puts on a move, mid-range shot is cash. Olivia Miller has 8 on 4 of 6 from the field. And all of a sudden, a turnover immediately by William Peace, and it'll be NATO ball again. It'll be Marshall to inbound. She looks around, looking for somebody to pass it to, and finally does get away to Pouncey right in the nick of time. Down low, Boyce, off the glass, and some bully ball there by Nalia Boyce. She's got 9. Her first scoring of the second half. And now over to the left side, Lewis, pump faking, now getting by Boyce, putting up the layup, it's good. Getting past Boyce and Pouncey there. And Lewis doing the majority of the scoring for William Peace as this pass goes over to Michaela Street. Street 2-on-1, putting it up off the glass. Wild shot, no good. Boyce, though, right there with the rebound and the putback. Nalia Boyce with her 6th rebound and 11th point. 18 points for Hannah Lewis, same total that McKenna Parkins has for Brevard. Both leading scorers with 18. That ball ripped away, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Last touched by William Peace. 62-38 lead with 1:36 remaining in the third period. Miller looking for an inbound, gets Marshall. Had George out of her shoes there. And now Street passing over to Pouncey. Pouncey floats it over the head. Oh, that one is saved by Olivia Miller. It looked to be a turnover. Now Marshall has the ball, puts it up, and the rebound brought in by Kamisha Pasco. She loses her dribble and now gets it over to Barnes. That was a great save by Olivia Miller. It looked for sure to be going over the head of Boyce and out of bounds, but that one is stolen. Michaela Street, she's got nobody in front of her, puts up the layup, and she's got it. Michaela Street with 10, and now she is the third NATO to reach double figures. Olivia Miller could be right behind her. She's got 8. Now Brenia Day getting past Street, now goes over to Barnes. Barnes trying to get past Boyce, puts it up with the left, wild shot, no good. Rebound Nalia. Boyce with her 7th rebound. Could have a double-double, and now a foul against Barnes. That's Barnes' 2nd foul. And now a timeout. No, a substitution, rather. It will be free throws. Two free throws coming here for Miller, holding a 64-38 lead with 46.9 remaining. And there is the first one sunk there by Miller. She's at 9 points. And if she makes this free throw, she'll be the 4th NATO to enter double figures in this one. And she will not be able to do that, missing the free throw. Typical announcer's jinx there. 65-38 lead, still sitting at 9 points as Olivia Miller, as that layup is good. Nice finesse there by Alicia All. And that's her first points of the ball game. Pouncey now has it, running up the floor, and now going to circle around to the corner all by herself. Going to fire up the 3 and can't connect. Rebound knocked up in the air and brought in by Mila Barnes. And now Reddick coming up the floor, passing over to the corner, firing it up. Brenia Day can't hit. Rebound hauled in by Lewis, knocking down Michaela Street. Now left wing, Barnes up top. Firing, Day can't hit, high off the iron. Street can't get the rebound. Barnes going in, putting it up with the left, and 1. And Mila Barnes has 7 now, a chance to make it 8. And that's Street's first and the 4th team foul for the Tornadoes. From the stripe, another chance for a three-point play for Barnes, and she converts another. Miller to inbound, 4.9 seconds remaining in the quarter, and Miller is just going to dribble out the clock. 65-43 NATO lead at the end of 3. McKenna Parkins has 18. Aaliyah Boyce has 11 and 7. Michaela Street has 10, and Olivia Miller's right behind them with 9. Really good game so far for the NATOs through 3. Going to try and close this one out and achieve the greatest 10-game start in the tenure of Coach Donald Hudson at 7 and 3. A quarter to go here from the Bosch. 10 more minutes of basketball. NATOs lead.
Graduate of the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is equipped with the core skills to be successful in any field. So what can students do after they graduate? Anything they want.
I think that Brevard College's Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is better than other programs because of the
Both teams headed back out onto the floor here. And will be the same 5 for the Pacers. Same 5 for the NATOs as well. Actually, no, Shania Hauser checked in. The only NATO that has not scored to this point, and now going inside, putting it up is Alicia All. Too strong off the glass. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Boyce, but right into the hands of Pouncies. And streaking down the floor, Michaela Street all by herself. She's got another basket. Michaela Street with 12. Good start of the 4th. Over to the left side. Bernia Day looking, now finding Barnes in the high post, going inside, putting it up off the glass, too strong. Rebound, Aaliyah Boyce, her 8th. Now Marshall floats it over to Pouncey. Pouncey to Shania. Shania with a move, passes Marshall all alone for 3, fires and hits. Alexis Marshall puts the NATOs at 70 even. 27-point lead, largest of the ball game for the NATOs. Tied for the largest lead. They had a 27-point lead at the end of the 3rd, and now a foul called on Barnes. That'll be her 3rd. It's on the floor, and now Hauser will inbound. First team foul, of course, only a minute in to the 4th. Hauser gives it to Street, now right back to Shania, who goes right back to Street, going to try and break the pressure. She loses the basketball. Alicia All has it. Pass over to Day, puts it up, a lot of contact, no whistle. And Coach Dickens really upset about that one. Boyce has it now over to Marshall. Street with the basketball, stepping back, firing up a mid-range, and a whistle blown. And a technical foul called against Coach Dickens. We've been waiting for it. He's been really animated all game, and it comes back to bite him here in the 4th. A technical foul against head coach Marquetta Dickens. And he's still going, and he will possibly rest his case. We'll see. He's been going back and forth. And the NATOs leading it by 27, and Alexis Marshall will shoot the technical free throw and will not hit it. She'll get another one. Marshall, couple of dribbles, fires it up, and hits that one. Inbound right to her. 71-43 lead. Michaela Street, left wing, floating it into Pouncey. It's knocked away by Hannah Lewis, and Boyce rather, sorry. Boyce saying she wants to pass a little bit higher next time. And Marshall pats the basketball, looking, and passes it to the corner to China Pouncey. Now down low, Boyce getting doubled, passes it out of the reach of Shania Hauser, right to assistant coach Annalie Bollinger. And now, right in front of the scorer's table, Reddick passes it in. Alicia Ull. Left side, now to the corner, Lewis. Leading scorer, has 18, now goes over to Barnes. Barnes getting tripled and a travel called against her. NATO ball, 8:16 remaining in this one. NATO's leading by 28, and Alexis Marshall to break this pressure, you got to get the ball moving early, and they do that right there. China Pouncey, right wing, looking, and that pass knocked away by a flying Alicia Ull. But it'll stay with the Tornadoes. Marshall from the baseline over to Boyce in the corner, now right wing, Street. Street, couple of dribbles now to her right to Pouncey. Pouncey down low, Boyce. Boyce getting doubled, loses a handle on the ball, gets it back, goes up off the glass to the left. Rebound pulled in by Hannah Lewis. She goes down to the ground, and a foul called here against Nalia Boyce. It'll be Boyce's second foul. Inbound to Reddick, and she gives right to Alicia Ull. Ull working on Marshall, passing it back. Bernia Day firing up a three, can't hit, in and out. Rebound pulled in by Nalia Boyce. That's her 9th, closing in on a double-double. Marshall over to the right side. Pouncey gets it right back from Boyce, going to fire up a three, and can't hit it. Right side. Bernia Day on Street, slowing things down, now circling back with her left and headed back towards the midcourt logo. Deferring to Reddick. Nineveh Reddick passes to Lewis, who's gone quiet as of late, and now the right side, Alicia Ull going to fire up a three, too strong. Rebound to Leah Boyce, and there's a double-double for her. Her 10th rebound, she's got 11 points to go with it, and 5 of 8 from the field. A really efficient ball game for Nalia Boyce, coming off the bench as well. And Boyce getting the basketball on the high post, handing over to Marshall. Now Street left alone for three, fires it up off the glass, no good. Rebound knocked by Pouncey right over to Bernia Day, who does not have the numbers she needs. And now gets it ripped by Pouncey. Pouncey racing up the floor. Reddick behind her. Pouncey puts up the layup, can't hit it. Reddick with the rebound. That was a good fast break opportunity. China Pouncey not able to convert there. And now Marshall passing this one in. Now to the corner. Barnes firing up a three. Can't hit it. Rebound Lewis. Lewis takes a dribble. Losing the basketball. Shania Hauser has it. Now passing to Marshall. Marshall can't get it. Reddick running into Barnes, her own teammate. And now has the basketball, urging them to slow down. Pasco sitting watching at the scorer's table. And some kind of discrepancy here. There's definitely substitutions coming in, and Cassie Plemons now, the junior, will check in for the first time in this one. Callie Wells coming as well as Lexi Shepard. Street, Marshall, and Boyce to the bench. Boyce once again a double-double in this one. 6:07 remaining. Not sure if we'll see McKenna Parkins again. She has 18. Lewis from the corner now fires, can't connect. Rebound pulled in by Pouncey, out of her hands, but into the hands of Shania Hauser. And now Lexi Shepard, left wing, passing it over to Pouncey. Now back Shepard. Shepard, left wing, up top, Wells. Hauser, couple of dribbles now, hands to Pouncey. Pouncey going inside, putting it up off the glass, can't get it. Cassie Plemons the rebound, putting it up, can't get it herself. Plemons recording a rebound there after checking in. And now right wing, Alicia Ull falling to the ground, losing her dribble, fighting for the basketball. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow will belong to the Tornadoes. Shania Hauser in front of the NATO student section, inbounds. Shepard Passing Clemens, breaking the press. Now Pouncey, it's knocked out of her hands by Barnes, and that'll stay with Brevard. Lexi to inbound over to the corner. Callie Wells firing up a three and hitting. Callie Wells, she's into double figures now. She's the fourth tornado to reach that. And now Alicia All up top, passing over to Reddick. Right wing, guarded by Callie Wells. Now over to the left side, Hannah Lewis. Still stuck on 18 as All has the basketball, passing over. Lewis going to fire now, and she's not stuck at 18 anymore. She cans a tray. And it's a 27-point lead for the Tornadoes. Lexi Shepard looking for a pass, has Pouncey. Pouncey over to the corner, left wide open. Callie Wells can't hit that one, though. Rebound pulled in by Barnes, and now Reddick breaking away, trying to catch up to her as well. She puts up the layup with the left hand. It's good off the glass. Points on back-to-back possessions for the Pacers as Lexi passes over to Callie, to Cassie. Going inside, Plemons, now to the corner, long two, Pouncey can't hit. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Callie Wells, and it'll be going William Peace's way. And a timeout coming. Alexis Marshall was about to check in. And with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, the NATO's holding a 25-point lead, holding serve here at home. And got to assume they're going to be able to close this one out, but we will see in the last few minutes. We'll be right back. NATO's and Pacers. NATO's back out on the floor here. It'll be Pasco, Haley George, Reddick, Alicia All, and Mila Barnes. The five for the Pacers. George now has it up top, Reddick. Less than 4 minutes to go. George with the basketball going inside, looking around, trying to pass, floating it over Wells. Wells does get a hand on it, but it goes to Reddick. Reddick going to fire a free throw line jumper. She's short. And now Alexis Marshall coming up the floor smiling. Now over to Wells, right side, trying to go to Plemons. Plemons chasing after it, and she can't get the basketball. Alicia All has it. It'll be a kick, and it'll be going the same way. Pacers will still have possession. Reddick inbound over to Alicia All, and some trash talk as always from the NATO student section. Alicia All passes over to Reddick now. Reddick going inside, firing up a mid-range floater, can't hit it. And Hauser now to Shepard. Shepard, Mila Barnes closing in behind her, but Lexi able to spin back and keep control. Spinning around now is Lexi. Over to Shania. Shania picking up her dribble. Now left side, Callie Wells. Callie going inside, sees a lane, puts it up. Layup no good, and a foul. Foul called there against Reddick. Or no, that's against Pasco. It's her second foul. Team's third, and now Callie will go to the line. Callie's got 9 points. I was incorrect on the three-pointer. She has not reached double figures yet. It was a two-pointer. She's 4 of 8 from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and fires up the first free throw. And now she is in double figures with 10. Callie spinning the basketball. Now fires up the second free throw and rolls around and goes in. She's perfect from the line there and for the game. That was her first trip to the line of the ball game with 3:03 remaining. Up top, Haley George. Now to the right side, Reddick. Reddick surveying. Now back up top, George. To the left, Alicia All going to set her feet, going to fire a three, not hitting it. Too strong off the back iron. Now Reddick gets it, pulling up. Mid-range is good. Reddick has 11 points. She's the second pacer to reach double figures. That pass over to Plemons. Plemons now hands to Lexi Shepard. Lexi crossing over, losing her defender. Euro step, putting it up in a foul. That one will be against Barnes. And now the inbound from Shepard, down low, Hauser. Hauser losing the basketball, and it's into the hands of Pasco. Going inside, Pasco passing and intercepted by Callie Wells. Wells coming up the floor, finding a seam, going inside, losing the basketball, spinning back around, putting it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, Reddick. Plemons fighting for it and a foul. It'll be against Cassie Plemons. First foul for Plemons, second for the NATOs. And over to the right side, Reddick on the wing, Hauser talking to her. And now she pulls up, long two, no good. Rebound, Barnes going inside, putting it up off the glass. It's good. And she's the third pacer to reach double figures. She's got 10 on 4 of 9 from the field. Shepard now, pass is intercepted by Reddick. Reddick stepping back, firing a free throw line jumper, can't hit it. Lexi Shepard with the rebound. Lexi, long pass to Plemons. Plemons stops, plants, goes right back to Lexi behind her. Lexi going to fire up a three, is going to hit another three. Lexi only her third shot of the ball game. She's knocked down 2 of them, and they were both trays. She's got 5 assists to boot. Reddick going inside now, trying to Euro step past Plemons, and a foul called. Might be against Plemons again. And it is the second foul against Plemons, third against the Tornadoes. With 1:24 remaining, we will not see McKenna Parkins assuming. So she will finish with 18 and likely finishes the leading scorer. Long two there for Pasco is short and rebounded by Alexis Marshall, her second board. Marshall controlling the tempo here. And now giving it to Wells. Wells pass up top to Hauser. Hauser left side, Marshall. Up top, Shepard going to take another three. Lexi can't hit that one. Rebound pulled in by Hauser, and it'll be an over-the-back call against her. Hauser wants an explanation as George brings it up the floor now. Right side, Alicia All. Long pass over to Reddick. Going to set her feet. Going to fire the jumper and connect on a three. And the lead 23 now as Marshall has the basketball, speeding past Cassie Plemons in the open, gets the layup. And the gym erupting. Cassie Plemons and a steal there. Plemons on the ground, she's got it. Alexis Marshall, long pass over to Wells. Is she going to beat Barnes to the spot? She will. She will put up the shot. She will get fouled, and now a chance for 2 more. NATO crowd still energetic with a 25-point lead. Wells headed the line for 2 more here. And now Barnes and Reddick coming off the floor. Lewis and Bernia Day onto the floor now. Callie Wells, 11 points for her. Chance to increase that here in the final 30 seconds. First one is good. She's got 12 now, tied with Michaela Street for the second leading scorer. Wells Spins the basketball, fires it up, and connects. .26 seconds and counting remaining. Alicia All now over to George in the corner. Lewis. 27-point lead as Lewis gets into the corner, fires up another three, hits another three. Lewis 5 of 8 from beyond the arc with 24 points, leading scorer in this ball game for either team. That pass goes awry, but goes over to Plemons. Callie Wells will probably just dribble this one out. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that will be it. The NATOs with their best start in the tenure of Coach Donald Hudson. They get to 7-3 on the season, 4-0 in the conference, first in the USA South. And they are 3-0 at the Bosch. A terrific start to the season continues for the Brevard College women's basketball team. In just a moment, we will have post-game interviews, final stats, thoughts, and more. We will have Callie Wells and head coach Donald Hudson on for post-game interviews. Once again, Coach Hudson, his best start through 10 games in team history, sitting at 7-3. It started 6-4 twice before and is now at 7-3 with an 82-58 W over William Peace. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Post-game thoughts and interviews coming up here in just a moment. Final here at the Bosch, 82-58. NATOs with another victory here. And for the Tornadoes, McKenna Parkins with 18 points over her season average of 14.2 points per game coming into this one. She had 5 boards and an assist as well, hit a three-pointer, and was 7 of 9 from the field. Very efficient in general. Callie Wells, who we will have in just a moment, 13 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 4 of 4 from the stripe with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Michaela Street, the freshman, 12 points and a rebound as well for her. Nalia Boyce with 11 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for her. And Olivia Miller, another freshman, 9 points, 6 rebounds, only took 6 shots, knocked down 4 of them. Lexi Shepard hit 2 threes. Alexis Marshall knocked down a few baskets, had 6. China Pouncey with 4. Cassie Plemons got into the end of the game and scored. Journey Tyler scored. And Shania Hauser, despite being the only Tornado to not get into the scoring, did have 8 rebounds, had a very good contribution on the board. So all around, a really good team effort. And that's always what happens when you have a 24-point win like you did today for the NATOs. NATOs shot 45.7% from the field. William Peace only 31.9%, 32 of 70 for the NATOs. NATOs knocked down 6 of 21 from beyond the arc, 28.6%, 8 of 29 for William Peace. 19 turnovers for the NATOs, 24 for William Peace. Points off turnovers, only 10 points off turnovers for the Pacers, 31 for the Tornadoes, and the NATOs also had the edge by 15 in total rebounds, 51-36. 4 more offensive rebounds, 11 more defensive rebounds, 9 more assists, a 20-11 margin, 19 steals on defense for the Tornadoes, and only 11 fouls as opposed to William Peace's 20. Bench points, NATOs outscored William Peace 35-7. So bench points and total rebounds are really the two huge separators here. And also second chance points, NATOs had 17, William Peace had 13. Points in the paint, NATOs more than doubling up William Peace, 48-22. 15 fast break points, only 8 for the Pacers. And in just a moment, we will have Coach Hudson for the post-game interview. Just a moment here as we set that up, and then we will have Callie Wells on shortly after.
Am I supposed to hear you in here?
Can you?
I can't hear anything.
I'm the only one that's supposed to hear. Like, I hear you in my headphones and I hear me.
Perfect.
Mine is plugged into the phone part.
Okay. It's okay if I keep this off to hear you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back here at the Bosch here with Coach Hudson. And first off, Coach, I don't know if you know this, but this is the best 10-game start that the program has had in your 7 seasons. You started 6-4 twice before, back in the 2018-19 season, and then last season you guys started 6-4. But now you guys are off to a 7-3 start and sitting atop the USA South so far. And what kind of work did you guys put in? What was preached and kind of emphasized in the offseason leading up to this for you guys to be prepared for this kind of start?
Like starting early in this year, we knew we would have a younger team, and you can kind of see that inexperience showing up sometimes. So Coach and myself, we knew from the start that this was going to be a year where we really had to break everything down to the smallest principles early in practice, like really emphasizing our closeouts, jumping off to the ball, executing our clean offense. And I think it's been something that's paid off for us. You know, the team is playing at a decent level right now. Not pleased with the amount of turnovers we had today, but other than that, I thought today was a good game.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
we missed a few closeouts and a few offensive rebounds that we gave up, but I'm pleased with the performance. The last 2 games, we've come out and we've taken care of business. You know, that holding that team to 58 and scoring 82. I think that's a solid showing for us. Still early in the year. Still a ton of work to be done, Brady. I know we're in a decent spot right now. Nice close to the break, winning this basketball game. But we got to come back after the break and hit the ground running. You know, we start with conference play as soon as we get back. You know, so that's going to be a big deal for us and a huge point of emphasis the week that we have after break going into next semester.
Absolutely. And a couple weeks ago on Tornado Talk, me and you were talking a little bit more about the young team that you guys have. And honestly, the contribution that you've gotten from these freshmen on the team has to be more than you could have ever asked for, especially Miller, Street, and Marshall. Talk a little bit about those young players, those freshmen, and the way that they've come in and immediately contributed.
Yeah, and like we said, they're young, but they're talented. They're talented, and when you're young and you're talented, the only thing that you really need is to kind of gain knowledge every practice session you have, and to play really hard. And those 3 do that. Like, they play at a really high level in practice and in games, and it's benefiting us. It kind of really helps with our depth. This is probably one of the deeper teams that I've had the pleasure of coaching. We can play almost 10 or 11 players comfortably in double-digit minutes if we need to. So hopefully that's something we can keep going into the second semester. But our freshman class has done the things that we recruited them to do.
Yes, sir.
Still a long way to go for them now. I don't want them to feel like they've arrived or anything. But it's a good start. It's promising for all of them.
No doubt. And talking about how deep the team is, you guys had 4 players in double digits, and Olivia Miller was right behind with 9 points and then a couple 6-point contributions. All around, it was really evenly distributed. And to me, it seems a little bit different than last year. There were a lot of games where you guys kind of seemed to be relying on Destiny for the scoring load, Destiny and McKenna. And like you said, like we're talking about this year, much more balanced, much more distributed scoring, and it seems like it could be a new person every night.
It is, and it can be, and that's exciting. That's exciting. This is, like I said, definitely the deepest team, and we can go – it can be anybody any night, you know. It can come in. It can be Callie one night. It can be McKenna. It can be O. It can be Alexis. It can be Lexi. You know, it can be a ton of kids that are getting it going at the right time, and that's hard to game plan for. You know, like you said in the past, we've kind of been heavily reliant on 2 or 3 people. But right now we have 6 or 7 that can really score 15 to 17 every night. And as an opposing coach, that's something that's very difficult to prepare for.
100%.
You got to continue to share the ball. Continue to share the ball and stay together, and we'll see where it takes us.
Yes, sir. And one more thing. Honestly, a little bit of uncharted territory for you guys sitting atop the USA South. I know there's a ton of basketball left, and we're kind of just now getting into conference play. But how encouraging is it that you guys are sitting atop, that you guys have that record, and especially the fact that you guys are 4-0 now in the conference and undefeated at home?
Honestly, Brady, I'm going to give you an honest answer. I don't look at it at all.
Really?
I stay away from that. I just want to keep my head down and keep working every day and see what it is at the end of the year.
One game at a time.
I'll check things from time to time, but as far as looking at it and seeing where we stand and feeling good about being first right now, it's good. Yes, it is. But there's a lot of basketball left.
Yes, sir.
You know, so we got to continue to put good efforts in practice, one day at a time, one practice at a time, one possession at a time. And I think that's the best way to get to this journey, the end of this journey that we're trying to go on.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Hud, you're once again greatest start through 10 games in your 7th season here at Brevard, and looking forward to see where the rest of the season goes as conference play heats up when we get back from the break. But great game today, and you did a great job. Your players did a great job.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure having you
Thank
on, Coach.
I appreciate it, Brady.
And now we will have Callie Wells, the player of the game, coming on.
You're good.
Callie, you had 13 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 5 rebounds. You were really efficient, and coming into the game, you were already the team's leading scorer, or third leading scorer, rather. So being now in that starting unit, I know last year you had kind of an injured season, didn't really get to come in until the second half of the year. You seem a lot more comfortable, and talk a little bit about that, kind of a different role for you.
Well, I'm used to having a leading spot on the team. Last year, it was a different year for me. Still try to give the team as much as I could, but this year I just came with a different mentality. Nothing was going to stop me. I was going to get back that time that I missed last season, and I feel like that's just the mentality that we all have together as a team. Just a dog mentality and to get after it every single day and don't take anything for granted.
100%. And also on the defensive end, you're averaging over 2 steals per game on the season, and how important is that you guys preach defense the same as you do offense? I'm sure Coach Hudd gets on you guys about that
Definitely.
all the time.
That's what we've been trying to lock into a season defense. We've just been trying to tell everybody, take your matchup personally, because if you take it personally, then you're going to get a stop. So as long as you're doing that, then everybody, all 5 is taking it personally, we're going to get the stops and we're going to play good defense.
Yeah, of course. I see that look in you guys' faces on defense, and then also you guys just look like you're having fun out there.
Definitely,
I see on the fast break, I see people smiling,
Yep.
passing the ball. I see everybody on defense chirping, smiling,
Yep.
and I think that's a big reason why you guys have had such success. And talk a little bit about the group, both the veterans and the young freshmen, how you guys have been able to merge together so well.
We definitely have a strong young group that came in. Starting off, we were just kind of learning each other, learning how everybody plays, and I feel like we've definitely merged together, and just once we got all on the same page, it's hard to stop us. Like, we've talked about that all season, how much potential we've had. We knew we had so much potential to go far as a team, and now it's just good seeing it all come together, and the sky's the limit for us, and we can go so far.
Callie, you've had a really good few last games. Maybe even had a better performance last weekend, and then, of course, in the last game as well. So you've been on fire for a little bit now, and just talk about, as the season goes, how you get more and more comfortable maybe.
Just coming in practice every day, trying to focus on one thing to get better at. If you focus on one thing to get better at each and every day, it's just going to come together. You practice hard, it's going to go over into a game. And you just really got to lock in and focus on whatever you want to get better at. And it's going to come in a game, and it's just about confidence, getting shots up, getting the work in. And once you know what your potential is, it comes to you.
Absolutely. And I'll finish you off with this, what I was talking to Coach Hudd about. There is a lot of basketball left, but you guys are in first in the conference. You're 7-3 and undefeated at home. And how confident does that have y'all as the rest of the season goes on, and how does that bode for the rest of conference play?
We're real confident. We know what we can do as a team, and we know we still have so much more potential, and we're not anywhere close to where we're going to be come January and farther into the conference. So that gives us a lot of confidence, seeing that we're already how we're performing now and beating teams by 20 and high numbers. So that just gives us a lot of confidence and a great way to end going into the break. So now we have even more confidence and a good momentum coming back. So we're just going to keep getting better.
100%. Well, Callie Wells, 13 points, 1 of 4 Tornadoes. That was in double figures, and the NATO's getting a big-time 82-58 win. Callie, great game, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, Brady.
Final score, 82-58 here from the Bosch. We had Coach Donald Hudson. We had Callie Wells. And once again, the best start to the season through 10 games since Coach Hudson arrived as the head coach of the Tornadoes. 7-3, 4-0 in the conference, undefeated at home, and first in the USA South. We will see you after break for both the men's and the women's continuing their seasons here, but the NATO's for now a 24-point victory and riding high. I'm Brady Penn, signing off.